Hello and welcome to another Quick Win series edition. This is Austin from the Builder Solutions team here at Trey, and today we're going to be talking about fallback values and how these keep your workflows running smooth. This is a 1 out of 5 builder difficulty because it's quite easy to set up, and it is 4 superheroes out of 5, as most people, once you start getting the hang of Trey, will need to implement this in some way. So this is an extremely valuable piece of your toolkit as a trade builder. We're going to go through a quick demo of what this looks like and exactly how to set it up. Then we will break down the use case a little bit and talk about maybe some best practices. And then we're going to go into some next steps and resources that you can take after this. So let's jump into the workflow. I'm going to hit run. Let's show you what it looks like. So right here, this path, we have a fallback value set. The way that you do that is on any item or any place that you have a JSON pathway. So this is an interpolation mode, but if we had it here as well, you just click on the JSON pathway or that data pill, hit set fallback, and then type your fallback or set it to JSON path, map, whatever. So that is how you set the fallback. I'm going to put this back to the channel that I wanted. And let's go see what that looked like in Slack. Okay, so we've got this demo bot coming through. It tagged me, and you can see there's a fallback that populated here. So let's talk about the use case, what's happening here. In this example, we're pretending that we're using a manual trigger for testing, but in a real world, this would be some sort of webhook or trigger setup where an account is either updated, maybe they went from being a prospect to a customer, and we want to hit up the sales team so that the account manager knows that this has finally happened, and they can maybe send an email or just get in touch. So it's getting the account information here on this training step, which you can use in your environments for testing purposes, training Salesforce. It is getting the Slack user details for me. I could also map this to something else if I had the owner email there. And then it's going to send a message in Slack, tag the owner of the account, and it's going to send the name of the account, and it's going to send the country of the account. Now, I know this data set doesn't have country for all of the data. That's why I'm using it for this example. But if it did, it would populate country. And when it doesn't, we need it to find a fallback value, because if we don't have a fallback value set, let's say I reset this so there's no fallback value. You can see the little icon's gone. When I try and run this, this is going to error out. So here it is erroring. We can see that it's trying to reference that country path, but there's no data there. So the Slack connector is saying, wait, if there's no data here, I've errored out. So what we're doing in effect is adding a fallback so that if we have one of these pieces of information that doesn't exist, we can fall back to something else and this step will proceed. Now let's talk about best practice. Internally here, we like to set our fallback values in ways that make it very obvious to what is being what's falling back. So I usually make it fallback value in camel case underscore, and then what is the path that's actually being, accommodated for here. So there's a few options here. I went with country in my example. You could do something more specific like Salesforce billing address or Salesforce account billing address .country, something like that. We're just going to go with that. And then if we run that again, we will see that that did successfully go through, just like the first one, with our fallback value for the country there. That is how to set up a fallback value and a real world use case. Hope you got something out of this video. If you haven't used fallback values before, let us know. And we would love to see more about how you're using your workflows. I'm going to link to another part of our initiative to get some more information out there. It's called Installable Callables. You can go there and get some infrastructure to install into your workspace that can be very useful. And if you have other ideas for these videos, let us know in the community if you're a part of the community. And yeah, thanks so much. I'll leave some resources to our document or links to our documentations as resources in the description of this video. Thank you.